2026 is when they want to cross the line as fast as they can into an AI-controlled humanity. We stand up now or we regret it forever. That's...
Peace up to wherever you guys might be in the world. Top of the day, good afternoon and good evening. We are here reporting to you guys from Cashapp Artisans, and we are down on the southern region of Kenya, in the coastal regions of Kenya, reporting from Diani Beach. So today, family, we want to talk a little bit about the future of AI and the ramifications of rolling out these advanced systems. A lot of professionals, a lot of experts are becoming more and more fearful as they interface and learn what AI is actually doing. So let's get into it a little bit more. I'm gonna run a clip and I'll be right back.
Something, say, scientific experiment, and it could turn out really, really bad. Like people could die, some catastrophe could happen. Then you should not do it. So these systems understand that we want to shut them down, and they try to resist.
Guys, the godfather of AI, Yoshua Bengio, just dropped a shocking interview about AI. He talked about the upcoming dangers of it, how the advanced AI, which is going to be released in the coming months, will change our lives forever.
For example, of machine learning researchers, the people who are building these things, the numbers are much higher. Like we're talking more like 10% or something of that order, which means we should be just like paying a whole lot more attention to this than we currently are as a society.
There's been lots of predictions over the centuries about how certain technologies or new inventions would cause some kind of existential threat to all of us. So a lot of people would rebuttal the risks here and say this is just another example of change happening and people being uncertain, so they predict the worst and then everybody's fine. Why is that not a valid argument in this case, in your view? Why is that underestimating the potential of AI?
There are two aspects to this. Experts disagree, and they range in their estimates of how likely it's going to be from like tiny to 99%. So that's a very large bracket. So if, let's say I'm not a scientist and I hear the experts disagree among each other, and some of them say it's like very likely, and some say, well, maybe, it's plausible, 10%, and others say, oh no, it's impossible, or it's so small. Well, what does that mean? It means that we don't have enough information to know what's going to happen, but it is plausible that one of the more pessimistic people in the lot are right, because there is no argument that either side has found to deny the possibility. I don't know of any other existential threat that we could do something about that has these characteristics.
Back at you, family. Before we get into it, please hit that like, share, and subscribe to the platform. As you see, David Icke is going on a tour in the UK, and he was saying that the early quarter of 2026, that this is where they're looking to cross the line as this AI conversation continues to happen. The rollout of certain technology which will ultimately fuse with humanity. You understand? So this year, 2026, we're going to see a lot of strange activity as it pertains to artificial intelligence. A lot of folks are saying that it's going to become so advanced. It's going to be ridiculous, family. I saw a report the other day that an AI system was going to be shut down, and the AI itself conjured up a narrative about the person that was trying to cut it off. This is real story, family. You can look it up for yourself. That the AI system was looking to blackmail the person that was trying to cancel the system. So the AI found some information to blackmail this person. And we're not talking about another human being blackmailing another person. We're talking about a artificial intelligent system that blackmailed a human being. Real talk, family. You can look this up for yourself. So this is what the likes of David Icke and others are saying, that they fear that AI would get to such a level that will look to humanity, or will look at humanity as if we're the enemies, and will try to dispose of us and also put us in a slave-like system. A lot of people that saw the movie The Matrix, they're saying that The Matrix actually is more of a documentary, that a lot of people looked at it as mere entertainment because there was a lot of action in it. But the theme of The Matrix was that human beings served as batteries to charge the Matrix, right? And the state of the world was a catastrophic type environment. It seemed like nuclear war hit, and reality as we know it was no more. That the only lives that people had was in an unconscious state in the Matrix. In the Matrix, you had a life, friends, family, but it was only in the AI system or the computer, right? This great computer that existed. You, in fact, in reality, was in a pod, in some gel-like substance, hooked up to machines and tubes. And your mind was tapped into the Matrix, right? But you was living out an alternative life. You thought you was living, and certain people actually understood that there was two realities. You had the Matrix and you had real life. You understand? So this whole push for those to live a more optimal life off grid or outside of the Matrix is becoming more and more popular because people are understanding where the world is going, to a more of a Hunger Games, more of a dystopian type reality. If you all watch the movie The Hunger Games, it also speaks to like a Matrix type environment where you had people found themselves in different districts all across the world. And these districts will fight to the death amongst each other to get certain privileges. You know, there's a thing, those that are creating this so-called New World Order, that you will own nothing and you will be happy. So some of the agendas that's unfolding is that a lot of people are being incentivized and also pushed to the inner cities. You understand, where the powers that can control us more. You know, so we talking cars that's driverless. We talking technology that's taking jobs in the hundreds of thousands, right? Humans being replaced by AI. All of these things speak to, and we also talking about a universal stipend, that you wouldn't have to work no more, that you would get a universal stipend. We talked about this digital ID, digital currency, digital money. All of these things is components of this so-called new world order. But you have to ask the question, family, who does this new world order benefit? If concrete, radioactive waves, pollution at very high levels, aluminum that's being dropped all throughout the skies, dealing with these chemtrails, these satellites being blanketed across the skies, right? It is like this is not compatible with human. It's not benefiting humans. So you have to ask the question, who benefits from this? So now we're able to see like this artificial intelligence, chemtrails everywhere. They're poisoning the food. Concrete is everywhere. We're being incentivized to move into cities. It seems like humanity is being attacked in increments. But if you don't have eyes to see and ears to hear, you are not going to be able to follow what's taking place. You're not. A lot of people are saying that this AI or this technology is not of this world. It's not human. Right? So, and I know this is a hard conversation to wrap our thoughts behind or around, but we have to ask the question, the kind of violence that we see in the earth right now, is that human-like? This technology that's being rolled out, if it's a detriment to humans, maybe that human beings are being influenced by other entities. I don't know. And I know you all probably heard me have these conversations before. But these are topics that need to be revisited from time to time. We need to be aware of certain things that's taking place, family, so that we can make our adjustments as much as possible. If we don't have land, grab some land. If we don't know how to plant food, learn how to plant food. If we don't know how to create water systems, learn how to. It doesn't hurt for us to learn how to live off grid. Because if certain things happen on grid, if your water source was cut off, if your revenue, your money was cut off, if your electricity was cut off, if you had no access to your traditional supermarket, what would you do? These are things that we must and have to ask ourselves going into 2027 and beyond. We have to become more innovative. We have to become more skilled and more advanced in our thinking. And these type of conversation is not to stir up fear or to have us to be nervous and backed up in a corner. No, 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 no. I'm always of the mindset that it is always better to be prepared than have to get prepared. Never wait till your back up is up against the wall to respond. You understand? So, I don't know, family, just a few thoughts of mine. Let me know what you think. Drop me a comment or a question. Let me know if I'm not seeing things right. I'm gonna tune out right here. I got to get back to this artwork. Feel free to hit us up on Instagram, email us. All our contact information is in the description. If you need a painting, we get it straight to your doorstep. Yeah, 2026, family. Y'all know I'm gonna tune out right here just to tune back in. Peace out, family. Don't forget, always take care of yourself. Peace out.